Yes, so here we have this form that I have asked you all to put in data. So if I preview this form, you would see that the form has some very simple, straightforward items to fill in. Okay, so we are going to be paying attention to the pictures that you are going to be uploading and also the GPS point, because we want to go straight to the maps and see how maps function in Kobotoolbox before we go into Power BI. So now I'll move from this form and I go to data. So inside data here, we are at the table level where we can see how you have been putting the data in. And this data that you have been putting in, remember that is just a fictional data just for the purpose of this training. So here we have the latitude and or the location, you might want to call it that way. So here we are at the table levels. You can see the different types of questions and their names and how you have put in data. If we go down to report here, you find out that we have the different reports. Southwest is showing that many people are putting in the data and selecting Southwest. And you see that we also have here Indian is more than Manu, and so on and so forth. So if we move to gallery here, you would see that under the gallery you have different pictures that you have been sending. So this is just to show you how it looks like each time they put in data through pictures, through locations. Okay, so right here we are in pictures gallery. If they were putting in videos, you still find them here. Okay, and then also when we go now to maps, this is where we have our key concern. Now I'll just go around maps here, go to this option here, toggle the screen, and I make it bigger like this. So right now it's bigger. If I go down here with my mouse and I click, I would find the disaggregate by survey response. Okay, so I want us to select the region, right? I'll click the region, and you see that two of the regions appear here. So it shows Southwest and Northwest. So it shows that 12 submissions were done in Southwest. Okay, these are the 12 submissions. So if I click there, if I click that data, you find out that all the signs goes off. So if I click Southwest, so it shows that these red marks that you see here, it shows that the people who were in Bamenda chose the name Southwest, but they recorded the point, this point in Bamenda. Here as well, the people who chose Southwest, these people here chose Southwest, but they recorded the point in the Southwest. Are you seeing now? Now, there's a difference between selecting the names in the Kobotoolbox and actually recording the physical location. So we are looking at the physical location here, not actually the names, okay? If I come here and I select Southwest and I select Northwest, you see that only 2 persons from the Northwest selected the physical location Northwest. It means 2 people selected physically, they were physically in the Northwest. So I can say, according to this data, that just 2 people attended this training in the Northwest, because this is the physical location that is showing. So if I uncheck that, you see that that green sign goes off. If I check that on, the green sign comes on, showing that these locations were recorded in the Northwest. Okay, so we can still segregate here by using other data names like subdivisions. If I click the subdivisions option, it gives me Boya, gives me Moyoka, gives me North Cent. Okay, so if I come here and I choose my Boya, okay, and I select Boya here, on select, and I select it Boya, it shows that these persons, some persons from Bamenda chose Boya, and some persons from Southwest chose Boya as well. But their physical locations is what we are recording here. So this is the latitude and longitude. This is as a result of the latitude and longitude, okay? And then Moyoka as well. These are the people who selected Moyoka. Let's uncheck Boya and see. So you see that these are the few people who selected Moyoka. One person was physically in Bamenda. This other person were physically in Boya and Limbe. So we can see it from here. So I can double click here and it gives me the data again in another format here. You can see all the submissions here. So I can be moving to the next. You see it will give me data to the next, and so on and so forth. Now I want to see something here. So while I'm here, I can also disaggregate using different headers like the number of boys. Okay, I can just choose boys. You see that it gives me different numbers. Are you seeing here? So if I click this 15 here, it shows me that these 3 people submitted from Bamenda in northwest and also from Boya in the southwest. If I come to this setting and I click, it gives me this option, and I go to marker colors, and I decide to choose this specific colors, this color, sorry, to be showing up, and I click OK. You see that the colors now changes. It gives me a thick blue and a very light blue. Okay, so this is very important. I can still go to this option that says toggle layers, and then now we are at the level of open sheet map. If I go to open topo map, you see that it gives me this kind of layer, so I can see my Bamenda in another kind of form, right? If I go here and then I go to S3 imagery, you see what is happening here. So I have different kinds of imagery. So many of you might want to try this. I can still make it, I can reduce the map size here by just choosing this minus and plus sign. So it takes me right inside there and shows me detailing how the landscape looks like. If I go here and I go to humanitarian down here and I choose this, you see that it gives me another kind of the layer, so I can go in there and I just look at it. So you see that now the humanitarian layer shows me clearly where this data is being collected from. It's being collected from Cameroon, you see. So it shows me Cameroon map. Now one of our brothers asked a very critical question: how can we transfer this map into a reporting platform or a reporting tool, or maybe a Word document, etc.? We can by just zoom it like this, and then you take a screenshot. I can zoom this map and I take a screenshot. A screenshot will show me from here. For instance, if I come here and I choose a northwest and southwest, you see. So if I choose my northwest and southwest, it is showing me that this is northwest and southwest. But you must take note that on this particular example, we are just looking at the physical locations. Okay, it doesn't matter the name of it, because if we're collecting real data, you see that all northwest will be falling around Bamenda and all southwest will be falling around Boya. So don't be surprised that I'm choosing southwest and you are still seeing the location is showing both northwest and southwest. It's because there were people who were physically in Bamenda choosing southwest, and there were people who were physically in Boya choosing southwest. We did that intentionally to show you that it doesn't matter what you are choosing. What matters is the location physically where that data, that coordinates are being recorded. Okay, so this is it. So I can go here again and I reduce that so it goes in. So you can already see our Cameroon data here showing you. So if this data was taken from Nigeria, you also see the Nigerian map printed out really clearly. Another thing I want you to see here very clearly is that when you look at the Cameroon map, this area shows, this area here is northwest and southwest regions. So the marks are already showing you that this data was collected within these two regions. So I can tell whether a data was collected in a location or not. Take note of this. Okay,